a passing phase. He needs to vent out. Maybe that's his way of venting out. You need not react, and that is going to fizzle out the situation completely. So we have a lot of therapies for ADHD, for autistic, for special children, all kinds of stuff. But then, again, at the end of the day, it's your patience which is going to pull you through.
Yeah.
Anybody else wants?
So yes, as Ms. Sapru said, it is not the fault of the child if he's being stubborn or angry or happy. It's the emotions that is filtered through you. So if you are trying to, aggressively or, because you don't have time and you want to finish that work then and there, and that is why you're wanting him to do, but he is not alert. He doesn't know why you're doing that to him. He's not, responding properly. But when he is happy and you're also happy, you will see the things go in a very smooth manner. You will experience that. And I would also say that stubbornness also comes with behavior, the continuous effect that it has. So if you keep on saying, no, you do it now. So don't be adamant. Don't be restrictive towards that very moment. Say, okay, you don't want to do it now? Okay, we'll do it a little later. Try to give him a little few options so that child gets, okay, fine, mama, okay, now I'll do it. They will come back to you saying that. Okay, the next question is how to control the anger.
This thing, we are getting a lot of complaints from parents who are saying कि ये नहाता नहीं है, सारा दिन सोता रहता है, or the child is just not following a routine or a timetable. It's a pressing and it's a major bone of contention. इसमें सबसे ज़्यादा मतलब उसको उठाने में ही आपका पूरा दिन निकल जा रहा है. So it's very consuming for the parent. So I feel that sometimes, हर चीज पे टोकना नहीं चाहिए. यू डोंट हैव टू टेल एवरी टाइम वो कितनी देर सोएगा, वो कितनी देर भूखा रहेगा. ही विल इवेंचुअली come out, but you also have to see that what is priority, what is important. Only speak on those issues. Do not nag him on everything. So we have to change ourselves somewhere.
Yes, correct. Then how to control the anger when making them study? So a study cannot be complete when you are angry. Now Ms. Sapru will explain this.
Ma'am, this is like a very common thing, because even we as children, I think we never were very looking forward to sit down with our books. It's a global issue, but now I think it has become more fun loving and child centric, with so many podcasts and so many gadgets and so many, like I said, a human mind can absorb 2 billion sensations every second. So the child is learning from all the 5 senses. It's not just the bookish knowledge. It's the eyes, the nose, the taste. Why not make it more fun learning, more happy learning? And if the child for one day doesn't study, koi baat nahi, it's okay. We have to have that positive rapport, that healthy relation between studies and the child. It should not become like a big monster that I have to study. Oh God, my God, teacher has come, mother has come. It should not be a stressful event. It should be happy event. Then the child should say, Mama, when will we study? Mama, let's study. It's up to us how we can inculcate it in a way that the child likes, like tasting different kinds of food, because at preschool level it can be so fun loving, it can be so child centric. You can have bright colors, you can have sweets that they like to eat, or any other way. There are different sensations through which you can teach the child. So it need not be only bookish and theoretical. You can try educating now that you are home, the child is home. Please use the all 5 sensations to educate the child in a holistic way.
Yes, and that also makes me tell you that we have a mindset, because we were brought up in a traditional manner where theory was the only right answers. And if you said anything out of the box, with your understanding, it was not accepted. But now it is not the same. The knowledge is If you are seeing a color or a shape, it need not be subjected to just one that same thing. It can go around and explain in a proper different way as well. And you have to accept, because the child's perspective is another one. They are not following the traditional thing.
We have to move with the times.
Yes.
And ma'am, I'll give you a small example here. Like previously, when you and me were children, I think when we needed a glass of juice, we had to take the sweet lime, we had to put it on that machine and churn the juice out and then drink it, you know. But now you get ready-made fruity in Tetra packs, and all that you need to do is put a straw. So haven't we made life so easier for the children? And then we say कि ये lazy है. You see, he has never seen that way of taking out the juice. So please, now that you're home, utilize this time, teach them basic values. Please do not serve him on a silver platter and then expect the moon and the stars. Please, it's very important. Thank you.
So the next question is, sometimes things...
Excuse me, ma'am.
Oh, sorry. Yes, please.
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, can I ask something? I mean, it's not a question. Actually, I'm saying something from my experience of 1 year, 9 months. If I am wrong, please correct me. Ma'am, it's very important that how we are behaving with the child, of course. But ma'am, more than that, I feel what's important is how we are behaving with each other, the people around him. For example, ma'am, I've seen that a child, when he's shouting, maybe he has seen people around him in a heat of the moment shouting at each other. Maybe, ma'am, it can happen with the adults sometimes that, yes, wo, kyun nahi hua? And he is a child, he is getting that sense ki, okay, sometimes maybe when the things are not going according to me, I can shout. That is the way of reacting. So, ma'am, I feel more than behaving with the child, because everyone will behave very nicely with the child, that's normal. It's more about behaving with each other, the people around him, even with the plants. If we are dealing with the plants or the animals, and obviously people around them in a very compassionate manner, in a very sympathetic manner, somehow the child will not have the urge to be very stubborn or to shout or to throw tantrums like being restless and all that. I just felt that, ma'am. So is it the right way of me feeling that? Does it really happen?
Am I supposed to answer that?
Yeah, Jyoti, you answer, then I will give my views.
Okay. Actually, you see, when we study in psychology, this is how the behavior pattern is being followed. Number one, the child will easily learn negative things, and they will take more time to learn something positive. So negative, screaming, shouting is an easier way of getting your toy, or throwing a temper tantrum and you're getting a pizza. So then that becomes a pattern, that becomes a behavioral pattern, and then it culminates into personality traits and later on disorders. So like you rightly said, the exposure that they get in their environment is what is going to become their thinking process. And it's all about reward and punishment. So if the child is screaming, shouting, guess time, de do bhaiya. But then that de do bhaiya will lead to a lot of other problems later on, which we don't tend to realize. So we have to know what is right and what is not right. So it's very important for parents to know.
Right, ma'am. Thank you
what
so
I
much.
feel is that imitation is the best way of, getting your behavior. So whoever is all around, what she said is totally correct, because the environment plays a very big role in growing up a child. But, but our emotions, we have many emotions. So we might get angry at times, we might get disturbed, we might get frustrated. There are lots of emotions. And it is not wrong to get angry. It is not wrong to get frustrated, because the child should also learn when there is good, there is bad. But when you're bad and your conscience is saying, yes, you have done something wrong, in front of the others, you should, be absolutely fine to say, I'm sorry. I was angry at that moment and I'm sorry. So that makes a child understand, okay, that was not a part of his behavior, but it was a time, the circumstance that allowed him to do that. So you should always
Thank you so
try
much.
to rectify and correct yourself.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
The one question was sometimes things do get out of control, and as humans, we are being parents, we have to face an outburst. How do we deal with that outburst?
Is that for me or you, ma'am?
Yes.
Whatever. Yes. Okay, see, ma'am, basically, you know, everybody has a different and unique personality. So if we all go through crisis, we all do get drained out, our energy is gone, and we have no patience left to make anybody understand anything, and we kind of give in. Very much okay to have an outburst. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to not be okay. But then don't let it linger on. Don't let it affect you for the next few days. Like ma'am just gave an example. If I have done something, if I have said something in the heat of the moment, please apologize and normalize the situation as soon as possible and carry on. Like I started saying in the webinar, keep calm and carry on as much as you can. Please keep calm. We all need to keep calm, but yes, we are humans and it does happens. So it's nothing abnormal or to get worried about. It's okay not to be okay.
Yeah, it's okay to be everything that that comes within you. You also need to release yourself at times, and it is very important for you also to. And as parents, I feel once you have a child, you should have a very conscious behavior. What you are doing, what you are saying should be a little consciously monitored, because that will help you to bring that behavior pattern within your schedule. I would like to here say it is a poem by someone who said, worry never climbed a hill, worry never paid a bill, worry never dried a tear, worry never claimed a fear, worry never darned a heel, worry never cooked a meal, worry never led a horse to water, worry never done a thing you did think ought to be. So don't worry, be happy. So the more you smile, the more you're happy, the more things are going to get constructed in a beautiful manner. And your growing up children will be happy children. And once they are happy, they are positive. And once they are positive, they are confident. And once they are confident, they can conquer whatever they want. Yes, any more questions?
And what are the different kinds of activities, like creative activities, we can engage the child in? Because they will get distracted with same thing. They are very small actually, ma'am. So any creative activities that we can engage him in.
See, you would like to say, Jyoti? Would you like to say?
I think you can answer this.
Yeah,
Please.
see, first of all, when the child is growing, their motor movements is the first thing that needs to be looked into. Because once that is looked into, your exercises or your tasks or his development will take place. So motor movements means anything that has life skills around, especially in the house. Let him take a utensil in the house and do bang bang with the spoon. Let him hear the sound. Let him do it on the table. Let him hear the sound. There are different types of sound. And that is how we capture the potentials of the child as and when they are growing. Because if they are into, they love cooking, helping you in the kitchen, you can actually, think about it that maybe, his fondness for that area. There are children who love to do screwdriver, open screws, or go play with something which are more mechanical. So you can think on those lines that this child is inclined towards this. So allow the child to do whatever, but keep an eye on it. Keep looking around to see what interests him the most, and make a note of it, and try to do those activities which he is interested in. That will help the child to, progress in those lines and also build his vocabulary simultaneously. But motor movements, your finger movements, your eyes, your ears, all the five senses, anything to do with that at this age is the best.
Right, ma'am. Right, ma'am. Thank you so much.
And
Thank you so much.
child, I always tell the parents, have a routine and I have discipline. Once the child is aware of the discipline and the routine in the house, they try to, come and get conditioned in that. I can see your hand trying to be around. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. He is there.
So, any more questions? You all can WhatsApp to us. But I think this is sufficient enough. So once a month, I will have a meeting with all the parents. In case you all have any queries, you please let us know. And if you want special, this thing with Mrs. Sapru, you can always address. You can ask me for a number and contact her.
Sure, ma'am.
All the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am.
I hope you learned something new today, and thank you, Hema ma'am. Thank you so much for having me, giving me this opportunity, and helping me help you. So thank you, everybody. Goodbye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
so
to you
much,
too.
ma'am.
Each and everyone who has been able to join us, and maybe for the ones who could not join us, because I was new to this Zoom thing all over again. I've been motivating the teachers, but this was the first time actually I am doing this myself. So if there has been any kind of disturbances in between, please excuse me. I apologize.
Fantastic, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much. See you again very soon.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. We are looking forward to other webinars too.
We are looking forward to normal lecture now.
Yeah.
And I don't know when will that be, but we hope it will be soon. We can only pray and wish.
Ma'am, it will be very soon.
Yes.
It will be very soon. If we believe.
Attitude, yes. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. Have a nice
Thank you so much, ma'am. Bye, 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 bye. Please take care.
Bye.
All of you, take care.